Hello there and welcome back to the shed. Now, I don't know about you, but I endlessly look for cars to buy, and rarely do I ever actually follow through with it, but it's just something I enjoy doing, eBay and Facebook Marketplace, just spooling through the classifieds there. But as it's springtime, I've recently been sort of, I don't know, having thoughts of a convertible, and that's just not me at all. I've never owned a convertible, never really wanted to. I quite like roadsters, Z3s and 4s and things like that are purpose-built as a drop top, but something that's a convertible version of a hard top has never really appealed. But as fate would have it, I received a phone call earlier on from my neighbour offering me a convertible, and as it was cheap and very close to home, it's probably the closest to home I've ever bought a car, I agreed to have it. So having said that a convertible is not my kind of car, the car in question is also not my kind of car, even if it had a hard top. But it was so cheap, I said to my neighbour that I lowballed him on the price, and he knew that, but I was open and I said, the only reason I would want to buy this is to make some money on it, so there's got to be some meat on the bone for me. So, and he was quite happy with that. I think he just didn't want the hassle of listing it and dealing with, the inevitable idiots that are going to turn up and kick the tyres and whatever. So what I'm thinking is, as the weather's nice and it's a drop top, we'll go and buy it, have a quick look over it, see what if anything wants doing to it, run it around for a little while, have a bit of fun with the roof down, get it out of my system, whatever this weird convertible need is, and sell it on and hopefully make a bit of money. So it's that close to home, I can literally walk there. So if you want to come with me now, we'll go and pick it up, and I'll show you what the car is. We'll have a look around it and go from there. Just arriving at the owner's house now, and as you can see, it's a Golf. That's right, it's a Mark 3.5 Golf Cabriolet, 2 litre. It's got a little bit of MOT on it, and for that I paid 300 quid, which I think is an absolute bargain. Well, here it is back at home. I didn't record the collection because the owner didn't want to be on film, but yeah, I could seriously get used to picking up cars that close to home. That was a breath of fresh air. But there it is in all its glory. You can see it ain't straight out the box. It's seen a bit of action, but generally it's okay. I think just a good clean will do it the world of good. But it's got a few good things going for it, namely the colour, which I think is quite rare / desirable. It had a brand new roof about 3 or 4 years ago, which it doesn't look that brand new now, but I'm sure it'll come up nice with a good clean, and I think you can get some treatment for mohair roof. It's got nice BBS split rim wheels, and you can't see it, but under the bonnet is the 2 litre engine. So I think these are available in a 1.6 and a 2 litre, so that's the more desirable one. I think it's the same engine that was in the 2 litre 8 valve Mark III Golf, 115 horsepower, something like that, rings a bell. It goes nicely up the road, to be fair. Have a look inside. It's got I think like a GTI-esque set of seats in it, which look okay except for the bolster on the driver's seat over there. There's various things in here that don't work. So electric windows don't work. The ignition barrel doesn't work properly, so you have to start it with a Heath Robinson push button that's been fitted. The fuel gauge doesn't work. The clocks have been changed, so it overreads on the speedo by about 40,000 miles, which is a shame. But yeah, I think on the whole, it shows some potential. It's got a tonneau cover there, spare wheel, jack, CD changer, all the mod cons, Rodney. Yeah, it's even got, I think, down here, a wind deflector. So if we get the roof off, we'll have a go at that. But yeah, first and foremost, a deep clean. unbelievable transformation on the outside. You can probably see the inevitable drips on the inside. This is being a 90s convertible after all. Well, 90s convertible with a 2000s plate on it. But I'm just going to drive it down closer to the shed so I can get some power for the vacuum cleaner, so we can set to on the inside, because it's absolutely minging in here. Well, this thing's obviously been used to store a dog for a while, and coupled that with the fact that it obviously hasn't had a clean or a wash for a very long period of time, this is quite a satisfying job cleaning it all up. It's nice to peel back the layers to a nice looking car underneath. Just a little finishing touch of some back to black on the wing mirror plastics there before we go. And we'd better get the roof down, I suppose. Well, now that we've given it a clean, here we are on our nice day out in the Golf, and what a stunning day it is. It's by far the warmest day of the year so far, and yeah, no, really nice. What do you think of it, Penny? Well, being the 2-litre 8 valve, it's plenty of power for this car. It just makes it a nice enjoyable drive. It's not going to set any records, but in a car like this you don't want to be going too fast anyway and blowing the hair around too much. We're actually on our way to a place called Baffle House, which is a cafe predominantly geared towards bikers, but also car enthusiasts alike, and it's just a really nice welcoming place. It's about 15 miles from where we live, so we're going to take a scenic route there via Monmouth and go and enjoy some top-rate coffee and maybe some food. So we'll head there, see what other nice machinery has come out for the sun, and see if we can, well, I don't know, maybe sell the Golf to somebody there. We've got to print off some for sale signs to go in the window. Well, as I said at the beginning of the video, my intention with this car was only to make money on it, but to have a bit of fun along the way, which we well and truly did, with a really nice day out at Baffle House and a general drive around the beautiful Monmouthshire countryside. After this, I did very little with the car. I used it as a daily driver for about a week before listing it on Auto Trader under a 2-week advert. And at the end of those 2 weeks, the penultimate day I think it was, I had an inquiry. Young girl came up really keen, and she was really happy with it, and I sold it to her for £999. So by the time I deducted a bit of tax and insurance money, overall I made about £630 profit on it, which for a car that I didn't even intend to buy, that I used for a week's worth of driving and a nice day out, I don't think that was doing too bad. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to record the sale of the car, so you'll just have to take my word for it. But I hope you enjoyed the video anyway, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.